Hey guys, what's going on? Here's the Root Show back again with.
Me, Zach.
Yes, exactly, Zach. Sorry for the late upload. I've been sick for the past couple weeks.
We know we've been dying to discuss this. There's some crazy shit happening. We get the mid-season break through the arc, and yeah, I think we should just dive right in because we're probably gonna have some speculation after we're done with this. But yeah. So last we left off, right? We got a war council meeting going on. How are we going to counterattack from all these archbishops here? And so, like, we're mid meeting, and the woman who I would let ruin my life shows up, Priscilla,
Oh my
and
God.
yeah, she's like, what up, bitches? I'm in this, and not only am I in this, I already have a plan, and my plan is that I'm gonna take me and the songstress, and we're gonna go attack Wrath. What you think about that? And then she whoops Al, who probably is like me and likes uh so much that he like humiliation kink or something going on there. But she fucking dominates him, and he's still like, Priscilla. I get it, Al. I get it. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But as they explain what happens, uh oh, I'm sorry. Before that happened, right before that happens, turns out that the Tome of Wisdom is not lost, is it, Bobby?
No, it's not. Our boy Otto was on a mission. To...
Otto, apparently, like, I made joke that I don't like Otto. I think his bug thing is a little weird, but actually, he's one of the bros. Otto was like, "All right, I'm gonna sneak in here after uh, Roswell and Rams battle in the sanctuary and stole the charred remains." Now, Bobby, do you
Mhm.
think that was written in the tome? Do you think Roswell read that and this is part of the continuation process?
Do I think that? No. I'm gonna go no. If it is, it wouldn't surprise me. Like, I'm not gonna be shocked if it is, but I don't think it is. I don't think it was written.
See, because I like it's really hard, right? Because the it's supposed to lay out the future, and you're telling me that because if Roswell's goal, according to the Tome of Wisdom, was to make him a sage,
Mm-hmm.
what does that mean? No idea. But it does kind of highlight the fact, like, all right, Subaru failed every other time. Like Roswell even killed himself knowing that he failed, knowing that Subaru was going to get another chance. I don't think it's out of the possibility that Roswell saw what he had to do. He had to let the tome burn. He had to make this deal with Subaru to make it like he wasn't going to um, harm him or have any machinations of whatever. And I think that's kind of hinted at when Otto says, I wanted to see if Roswell had any other deals in place, or it's the tome told him.
Yeah.
That's the whole reason why he wanted the tone to be restored anyway. He's like, oh, I didn't want to know the future. I find that hard to believe, but knowing Otto, like, not from Otto's point of view, like, I get it. Like, it makes sense to get the tome. It makes sense to restore it to see if Roswell's got any more machinations up there. But if you could do that, and Roswell has been around a very long
Very,
time.
very good amount of time.
You're telling me he doesn't know he can do that? Like, it just seems fishy to me that, like, Otto doing it. Otto did it with a pure intentions, and the reveal to everyone that there is the tome is still around. I think it's going to be a problem. Now, whether it's with Roswell, whether he wants to steal it back, like use it again or whatever, um, who's to say? But I think that Tome of Wisdom is going to be a problem, and I think it's going to be more prevalent after we get done with this.
It's going to be a problem. I fully agree there. I do think now that you say everything, Roswell knows, but I don't think. I think he. I think he won't. It won't be like a shock. He's not. He's not planning anything. If that makes sense in my eyes, he knows that. Oh, this can get. I don't know. I just feel like he knows, but he's not planning anything. I feel like the Tome of Wisdom will be used, be slash taken from our group by the end of this arc. Like it's going to be taken by somebody else.
And oh, shit.
But wait, really quick.
Go ahead.
I don't know if this is a spoiler. I don't remember if the show did it, but the web novel did it from my memory. Didn't the show? This might not be in the video if it isn't, but didn't the show that that Ekidana is like in one of the?
I was just gonna say that the show didn't do that.
Okay, the show didn't do that.
The show didn't do that part, but that's why I'm saying Roswell's goal was to revive Ekidana as well.
And she's
now
back
that
already.
Ekidana is back. That's what I'm saying. I think he saw what he had to do and knew that he was going to lose the tome. If the tome is going to go somewhere, it's going to go to her. But I didn't want to say that because it doesn't happen in the show, which I don't understand. That would have been a fantastic way to just like, well, what does this mean?
Yeah. You know what? This will stay in the video. I'm gonna have you. There'll be a spoiler there. Yeah. So, but yeah. So I don't even know if I ever talked to you. Did we talk about it before? Because I probably told you when I read. Because I remember reading the web novel. That's kind of like one of the chapters. I'm just like she goes into one of the. They're called Omega. They have like different names in the web novel, and I always get confused with which one's which. But she goes into
the original Ryuzu.
Yeah.
It actually works. It works.
And she's back. Like she's straight up back. But like we don't know what she's doing, but she is back. So
well, we didn't talk about it because I didn't know that happened. And I read it in the book, and I remember I finished reading it at like 11:30 midnight, and I just sent you 5 texts in a row that says the Witch of Greed lives. And I was so stoked. Yeah. I was like, because Priscilla may have my heart, but Ekidana could have my body.
Your heart, your soul, everything.
Oh yeah. If I'm Subaru, I'm folding. I'm folding. I'm sorry, I am.
But anyway, so do you want to stay on it, or do you want to move on to the cruise segment?
That's what I was gonna say. Was I think the tome is going to be a big thing. It's a shock that Otto has it, but yeah. So after the tome and after Priscilla kind of comes in, Subaru gets summoned away to go see Crush. We finally see the aftermath of their fight.
It is, maybe you could tell me from the books, but like it is not as grotesque. The show does not make it. It's grotesque and it's disgusting. And like if I saw it on a human skin, actually like visibly, I'd probably be like, oh my god, that's awful. But in anime form, I'm just like, I thought it was going to be way worse than this. That was like my first thing. But like obviously it is worse if I viewed it like in almost any other way that wasn't in anime form.
Right. I was picturing something a lot worse in my head. Cause I was picturing it looking a lot worse. Like it still looks bad.
Yeah.
But I was picturing something like much more, cause like her face is still pretty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And like obviously, if we say like how we just said it, like if we're watching, let's say there's a Marvel film, and it's like I don't want to put anime versus live. I'd probably be so disgusted by it and be like, oh my gosh, like your skin, like because you could see the pulsations of it and everything. That made me go, ooh, this is bad. But like her face to me, I was like, eh.
Like, and you got to remember, they've been hyping up like, Super, you can't see Crush. Super, you can't see Crush.
So it's been, my expectations have been high.
Yeah. And it's really only half of her face. Like, I mean, it's bad, right? It's not good. It's not pleasant to look at.
No.
But I did expect more. And then when Subaru touches her, he heals her.
He heals her, but it takes so much pain out of him. And he takes his whole arm is changed, like, just for a little bit of the face.
Yeah,
Did
he's
peel.
absorbing. So, I mean, what do you think? Like, I think in this upcoming loop, like, obviously we're past a point now. Like, we're not gonna reset until
Yeah.
probably right
Right
after these
before that
fights.
meeting, I like the meeting's over. That's the only spot I can see us ever resetting to. I actually
Yeah,
don't even think we'll reset there because this epic introduction of Reinhardt and Subaru coming in to save the day would be a weird to reset from even that. Like before that.
right. I think Subaru, maybe this might happen. This might not, but I think either Subaru or Krush is going to absorb the other's
Pain or his
pain.
curse or whatever.
Yeah, and that way they'll be at full strength. It would make sense that Subaru absorbs
Crush.
Krush's,
Hmm.
but I don't know. Maybe we won't do that at all. Oh, something I just thought of though. What if one of those creatures touches Subaru? Does he absorb that?
Like one of the flies or like one of the creatures that are roaming
No, like
around it.
yeah, like either or. Because the
I,
flies are cursed. They've transformed. The mutated creatures are supposed to be people.
oh yeah, yeah. I don't know. Would that happen? Maybe. I
Like,
don't
would
know.
that happen? Like, could he starts getting absorbing random people?
That I mean, I don't think based on I doubt he'll be able to even handle literally one person based on his like he took the pain well, but like you could tell from his face. He's just gone through a lot of pain. If Subaru wasn't returning by death, that man would have been like in a coma probably after doing that. But he's just dealt with a lot of pain, so he's probably still, it hurts. Probably a
Right.
little more tolerable to it than he once was.
True, true, true.
But
I don't
you
know.
have you go.
It's gonna be more wait and see with that. I think there's gonna be more to come with that.
Then you have Felix going like you could tell he's in his feels like he's like broken like
And see, I understand like taking the breaks between anime seasons, like because you want to make sure the fights are top tier and all that. Those extra books are so important. Like they're called they're called extras, but they are so important to why people do things. Because I'm gonna bring up the two number extras 2 and 3, like for our next point. But extra book 1, where you follow the perspective of the king, the prince. The hell is his name?
mm.
Prince. What's the prince's name? I can't remember off the top of my head, but Prince and Krush knew each other as kids. Krush loved the prince, and he died like the end of extra book 1. Spoiler is he has the disease that kills the whole family. That starts this whole thing with the throne. But Krush, Felix, and the prince are like inseparable. So you find out like Felix, part of his backstory, his family hates him.
Is it for the reason of the way he is as a person or do
Yes,
they hate him? Okay, I thought so. Yeah.
yes. His family hates him. And
Is his
Cruz
is his
and
family nobility, right? Or
yes,
nobility. Yeah.
yes. And they go and see uh they go and see Felix's family and see this is why I think it's also important. So in the extras 1, 2, and 3, I haven't read the fourth one and the fifth one just came out or just got translated. During the Great War and during the first extras book, there is a spell that reanimates the dead. And
Yes.
it was used in the war and it was used when Krush has to fight these zombie things, which are reanimated people. They have to go to Felix's land, the Karnsteins and the Argyles, which are like what's the term? Like a vassal state
Yeah,
to the
vassal.
Karnsteins. So like they're like right next to each other. And when they go there, it turns out that Felix's father and mother are using this curse that reanimates people as a trap, and they trap Crush. And the prince and Felix go there, and they finally confront him, and like shenanigans ensue. That's a big part of it. Is we see Felix's parents.
And then they're Hayden.
Yeah. So Felix feels the way he does. He feels completely heartbroken because he loves Crush more than he loves himself. And he loved the prince more than he loved himself. So the extras, I hope they do more OVAs. Because like you can do because like the extras are one book.
Yeah.
So it would be a 90, not even a 90-minute thing. You could make it 90 minutes. But like it could be just a one and done. Here you go. Which brings me to my next point, not to because the Crush and the Felix and all that. When they're walking back, Wilhelm explains who the identity of the swordsmen are.
One's
And
a
guess
4-arm
what?
guy, and
The 8-arm guy and his wife Teresa. And as soon as I saw the 4 arms in the anime, because I had just finished reading the extra, I was like, holy fuck, it's the thing I just read. In the second book, in the extras book 3, but in the second book with Wilhelm and Teresa. 2 and 3 are about a young Wilhelm and Teresa in the war. The extra book 3 is after the war, where Teresa and Wilhelm get married. Are married. So they're honeymooning, and that the 8-arm Kurgan, or whatever the hell his name is, he is known around the world. He's legendary. He's a legendary master swordsman. And
is he a mercenary?
He is not. He might be. No, he is a mercenary. Yes, he is a mercenary. Sorry. Anyway, someone else loved Teresa. Teresa's father is a baby back bitch, and
so every other generation of the Reinhardt's family kind of.
Yeah, no, they're they're baby back
like,
bitches.
You get great person, then baby back bitch, great person.
So he asked Teresa to go to this shop because they're doing a victory tour because Teresa's the sword saint, right?
Yeah.
Not the master swordsman, the sword saint, and also having their honeymoon at the same time. So when they get to this little village on the border of where Anastasia's from, Kargi, and the other one, they stop at this little shop that his father has a ring to pick up for Teresa's mother. And the shop owner is being shaken down by the 8-arm guy. And you come to find out that the dad knew the 8-arm guy was going to be there. He does not like Wilhelm at the beginning. And kind of set it up to where he thought Wilhelm was going to be defeated. But he's not. Anyway, the backstory between Wilhelm and Teresa, like, it's so heartbreaking seeing old man Will fucking cry about finding out his wife has been reanimated, the same curse that they helped defeat. And so, like, and that would also explain how they're back. Is like, there is a curse that is out there that reanimates the dead.
So now he has to deal with. I still think Wilhelm's gonna die here. Like, I think that if Wilhelm were to die, it would be this arc.
I see that too, because he loves his wife so much. Like, I don't know what happens. I know there's the love ballad. I don't know if that's the next, like, if that's in the book, if it's called the love ballad of the Sword Saint, because that's the next thing it's called. But anyway,
there's going to be sacrifices during this whole fight. There's no way Subaru comes out of this clean.
No.
Now his camp will come out clean, but the other camps.
Yeah. So yeah, Wilhelm basically saying like, "Oh, that's my wife. Don't tell Reinhard." And so they go from there. So then we have the battle plan.
Fatal plan.
So after Priscilla listens to Al's explanation of everything, and Wilhelm and Subaru show back up, she's like, makes the claim because she's like, I already figured this out. Me and the songstress are gonna go fight Wrath,
Makes
which it
sense.
makes sense.
Makes
Yeah,
sense.
it makes sense. You already have the
Wrath is
weakness.
the weakest one of there too, and you.
Yeah, and Priscilla's a lot smarter than people realize. She already has what she's gonna like. What she already has is lined up. Once she found Schultz, like she knew she was gonna go attack Wrath. Like there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
And then we get like this episode had a lot, but then it had like nothing at the end. It was all set up for like
The next arc.
the rest of the season. So then we
Because
get Garfield and Wilhelm. They're gonna go fight Lust and the two swordsmen.
which makes me
Now,
so fearful. I don't know how they're gonna win a fight against Less and the two swordsmen. I don't know.
right, like it would make sense if you had a third
But nope.
fight Lust or something.
Even the swordsman, like I know Garf needs his revenge and that's why he's going. And Wilhelm obviously. It just you still have who's dealing with Lust in this moment. Less is I mean, the archbishops are how they are, so she might not even come out like this isn't even worth my time to come out to fight you.
Right. But what happens once they defeat the swordsman? Like you're gonna charge in there. Like yeah, Wilhelm is a capable swordsman against a shape shifting megalomaniac.
Yeah, this is why this fight this is how I envision it. Subaru and they're going to get past the Regulus. Like they'll get past Regulus. However, like in the first loop, in this loop, there's nothing going to happen. They're going to get past them. Then everyone else loses. There's going to be something where things happen where Reinhardt's going to have to not fight greed, and he's going to have to go help somebody else because he can. Like I mean, you told me before. Like he has to fight Lust. Like Reinhardt is the one that has to probably beat Lust. Like
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree with you. I think you're right. I think we're gonna get like this crazy ass like fuck you Regulus, get back, everyone else is dead. And either Subaru somehow dies or something happens where he's got he gets reset. Because he's gonna have to fight because like it's gonna be like, all right, we kick Greed's ass. Let's get out of here. And then it's gonna be like, all right, now I have to figure out a way to beat Greed by myself because I'm not gonna have him. And
exactly, because like who like
yeah,
that's going to happen because like I do not. I think Greed. Like how do you hurt Greed? But you got Reinhardt there, so I'm like, we'll figure it out. So it's just like they're gonna win the fight.
yeah, and like I just don't see now. I've read a little bit of the next book. I took a break because there's a lot going on right now with holidays and shit. The Julius and Ricardo going after Gluttony, like something happens that's revealed, and I'm like, oh my god, that makes so much sense. That is so fucked up.
Don't tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you, but when I read that, I was like,
was there a fourth twin? And that Gluttony ate. Don't tell me.
No,
don't tell me. But,
I'm not gonna tell you. But when I read that, I was like, Tappy, you son of a bitch.
Something that makes sense. Now you guys are trying to think.
Son of a bitch. It's something that, like, it wasn't even on my radar. Wasn't even on my radar about what was gonna be said. And as soon as this thing is said, I was like, oh no.
I don't know what it could be.
Like this man can write a fucking story.
I wish I could guess because if it wasn't on top of your mind, it sure isn't mine.
What was not in the forefront of my mind at all.
So, but yeah, to get back where we Wilhelm, Garfield, they're not going to win by themselves. I just can't see it, can't imagine it, not going to happen. Which because you also need Reinhardt to come in that. You need Reinhardt in that area for the story plot anyway with Wilhelm and the family line. Like it's got to happen.
Like I think you're right. I think Wilhelm's going to die or be close to dying. Sends Garfield away to go get Subaru and Reinhardt, or Reinhardt shows up to see Wilhelm killed by Teresa,
Hmm.
after Ryan or after Wilhelm kills Teresa. So like they die together, and then Lust is laughing away up in the tower.
Going, ah, whatever laugh she
Yeah.
does.
So yeah,
Yeah. So then you have
we will
Ricardo and
see.
them. Based
Yeah.
on what your reaction of the gluttony, because there's two gluttonies. There has to be two gluttonies, or just multiple personalities. Either there's two, or there's multiple personalities. That's kind of where we're at. I don't know, but
I
there's the
plead the
gluttony
fifth
we
one.
saw that beat.
Yeah.
There's a gluttony
plead
that,
the fifth on that one.
based on my interpretation, there's a gluttony that you see against Rem, and then you see laid back gluttony who's in a completely different fit. So, and
We see the one gluttony when Otto gets attacked.
and I cannot tell you why. Once again, this is annoying. Why I hate cover books, because when I see covers, I get annoyed of ReZero covers because they tell me something I don't want to know sometimes.
Well, the opening spoiled it too.
I mean, yeah, the opening I wasn't even considering. I forgot about the opening until just now. Yeah, the opening spoils it. Whatever. There's two of them. Who cares? Unless if I'm wrong, I'll take it. But there's two of them, and I don't know.
See, like I get. Trust me, when we get to that point with Julius and Ricardo and they face off against Gluttony, there's a reason why it's Julius and Ricardo. Because at first I'm like, I get Julius and Ricardo, like, but Julius is also a spirit user. Like, is Gluttony really? Because we haven't really seen him do anything.
No, not really. Like,
Like we don't really know how his battle with Julius the first time went.
Mm-mm.
So Julius and Ricardo, I'm like, yeah, they're two powerhouses. I think one of them should have backed up the other
Other-
the other crew and just let Gluttony be by himself. But I understand why Julius, he says, I appreciate the honor, Subaru, of letting me go deal with this in your stead.
Yeah.
And then once that thing I mentioned earlier is revealed, you're gonna be like, oh my god. So then it's the remaining two, Subaru and Reinhard, right? And they have to go face Greed. Now, before we get to that, we cut to Amelia in a wedding dress, right?
Mhm.
And obviously, like I said about the previous two, I'd let Amelia warm my heart because she's not going to ruin it because she's too good. She's too pure for this world.
Yeah.
She doesn't
Too
even know what a
pure.
virgin is.
Yeah. Too pure.
Too pure. But,
She
yeah,
tells
she
Regulus
basically-
off. Says, "Hey."
yeah, tells them off.
Pretty much more than anyone has ever told him off, probably in his life at this point.
Yeah. And I love that. Like,
Mhm.
that's the Amelia growth that we needed. That's Teppy writing a fucking. I know I'm saying his name wrong. I am so sorry, but that is him writing
That's the
story
development.
with actual character development. Like Amelia's not going to be some weak maiden at the end of this. She's going to be a powerhouse.
A powerhouse that could lead a blah, 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 a society,
nation.
a nation.
Yeah,
thank
a
you.
nation. So she tells Greed off. All the wives like shit their pants, like, oh, she's about to be killed. When all of a sudden, them boys arrive, Rob.
Them boys
Them
are back in
boys
town.
arrive.
Door is kicked, which I did hear in the light novel that when the door is kicked, Greed doesn't like get knocked by the door or anything. If that's correct or not, like it just
No,
it
he
hits
gets hit
him.
by the door.
Okay,
He gets hit. I'm pretty sure he gets hit.
okay.
He
I'm going
might.
for one of the YouTube videos I saw, and I was like, oh, this.
He might not get hit.
Maybe not as hit as the way he gets hit from that door in the anime.
Because he gets fucking nailed. I know that, like, it's just so funny because it's literally at the end of the episode, so it's about to cut, and you're like, oh shit. But Subaru's just like, damn, bro. I was just trying to kick it open. You kicked it off the fucking hinges. Like, Jesus.
Oh my gosh.
And because it really doesn't make sense if that door can hit Regulus.
I mean, we did say if he's not paying attention. Well, like that was a theory of ours. If he's not giving individual attention.
I forget if it. I can't remember if it actually hits him in the book or not. I think I would love for that to happen, like him being distracted, and like that's when you can hit him.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but yeah, our boys come in. The boys kick the door. Subaru's like, I'm the spirit user without a spirit on me, and
Yeah, don't worry,
but don't
I'm
worry,
gonna
I'm here
kick
to
in.
steal your bride.
Not
I'm
even
here
your
to
bride.
take
Your
her.
bride rejected you.
So, and that's where this it ends. And like we kind of said, I truly believe that they're about to just work Regulus. I think Regulus just gets beat pretty not easily, but none of them die, none of them get hurt. They just win this fight, and
Well,
then
you got yeah. Because think about it. Even with Subaru,
hello, Kitty.
hi. Even with Subaru there, um, like you got Subaru, Reinhardt, and Amelia. Like Amelia's
Yeah,
not just gonna sit there. Like Amelia's gonna attack, and I feel with the attacks that she's shown she can do, um, like how she's improved magically without relying on Puck, and obviously Reinhardt, who's this all powerful sword saint, and even Subaru with his whip. I feel like somehow something's gonna connect at least once.
yeah. Something's gonna connect once. They like. I just don't see them suffering losses. At least that crew of those three individuals in this fight. I just don't see how Ryan or Regulus. If they didn't have obviously Reinhardt there, I'd be like, that's why I think Reinhardt's going to have to leave the situation, and that's going to be how do we win this fight moment more.
Well,
Maybe we do reset back to the mansion, even though we have this epic moment because
well,
like
that's what I'm saying. Like we'll reset at the war party because right now it's like all right, everything's all good, but let's change the teams because I think when you find out the information that Julius finds out, I think they're gonna get beat
yeah
because I think it's gonna throw him off. Julius isn't gonna be able to fight. So I think you have to mix up the teams. And Ryan and Wilhelm's gonna die because he can't fight Teresa. What if Lust takes the image of Teresa? Is that
I
gonna
mean that's
throw him
what's
off?
that's going to be a loop for sure where
Yeah, is that
something's
gonna
going to
throw
get
him
thrown
off?
boop 100% going to happen.
So I think they're gonna, and I think it would make more sense because Regulus is like this looming threat right now for Subaru and Amelia to come together, work together with by themselves to beat Regulus.
The question is I'm thinking this is a theory. I don't think this is going to happen. It just came to my mind now. How we need to get Krush in the fight. Is there a moment where, and if we reset back to the mansion where Subaru takes all of the pain from Krush, Krush is available, but somehow, some way that I don't think this is going to happen as I'm saying it out loud. But maybe he has Betty in the other hand or something, and somehow, some way gets Betty back in action. Because you need Betty probably if there's some way you need to get Betty back in.
Oh, that does make sense. Like he takes all the like the evil mana
Yeah,
from Truth
and then
and
it
is
pure
able to wake
yeah
up Betty with it.
yeah something along those
That would
lines
be
maybe could work.
that's an
So now
interesting
you get
thought.
Krush because we're fine. Who we're fine. We need everybody. So you get Krush back in line, and then you have Betty with Subaru.
Well, and because of her attack,
Yeah, and that's why I'm like,
Truth's
we need
attack
Betty
is
for this.
her.
And
Yeah,
Krush.
her blessing is the 1,000 blades or whatever the hell they call it, where if she swings one sword strike, and if she hits you, it's like you're getting attacked by 1,000 different swords.
Mm-hmm.
Like that could weaken. Like we don't know how Rayla's ability works. Like when he was with Vanity, right? Or not Vanity. Yeah, Vanity, Pandora. Or is that two different people?
Pandora and Vanity, I think, are two different people. I think.
No, no, they're the same.
Are
Pandora is
they?
the Witch of Vanity.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah. It's been a while.
When she like blows up Regulus's face and he just eats it. Remember that? Like Regulus says something to Vanity, like, and
I
Vanity like attacks him, and like he absorbs the blow, and then she's like, "All right, fine." Then Regulus is with his wives, and he disappears.
yeah. I do remember that now.
Um, but he was like, he wasn't attacked any other way at that point. So
But I mean, we can go back to the Rem and Krush fight. Rem, Krush, and versus Regulus and Gluttony, where Krush does swing at Regulus and does nothing. He just looks at it and breaks her arm immediately, rips it off.
But yeah. But they had the common soldier. They didn't have the full the full force. They were just evacuating civilians at that point. So, like, yeah, I'm saying Crush's ability is going to, like, imagine you're getting attacked by Amelia, like 1,000 ice shards, and then you get attacked by Crush's blessing, and then you have, like, he's distracted so that Betty and Subaru can, like, attack him.
See, I
like that idea. I really like that idea.
I like it too. My only thing is I don't think Crush will be a part of that battle. I think Crush will be a part of a different battle. I think everything from based on my head, if this theory that we have happens, I think Crush goes to a different battle to help somebody else, and it's still Subaru, Amelia, Betty versus just Regulus.
She'd have to, yeah, you know what? She'd go to the Gluttony fight.
Yeah, she's gonna go to a different Gluttony. Yeah,
yeah, that makes sense.
Like, and then Subaru and Amelia will have to deal with Regulus. Well, obviously Amelia has no idea that this happened to Subaru because time reset, blah blah blah. He'll have to open the door. But
yeah, no, that's an interesting idea. That's pretty good.
If that happens, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I don't think it will, but like I think you need Crush back in the thick of things, and I think you need Betty to come back somehow. And if she needs mana, what other way to get her mana? I don't know if this will work, by the way, but that's the only thing that makes sense.
No, well, that makes sense because, yeah, the only one I don't see needing backup is Priscilla.
No,
Priscilla wouldn't need another person. Wrath is I think everyone needs at least, because I think Julius, Ricardo, and Crush, and Wilhelm, Reinhard, and Garfield. I feel like those are those three of them attacking the archbishops, and then that way, yeah, you're right. Then you have Amelia, Betty, and Subaru as the other three.
And I know I've said this, so I'm repeating myself, but Wrath is the weakest. I truly believe Subaru and Betty, like without like an audience of people, like in a city or something, they're just put them in a field. Subaru and Betty are probably beating Wrath, like out in a field. There's no one else around where they don't have to worry about saving somebody. I think I truly believe Wrath is like the weakest of any of the archbishops. Power is insane when it comes to controlling, but when it comes to a one-on-one fight, I mean, Amelia was beating Wrath in a one-on-one fight. Like, and Amelia's good, like amazing. She's like a pool of just mana that can just boom, 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 ice, ice, ice.
Right.
So I think Priscilla's just gonna it's not gonna be like a one-sided just destroy, but Priscilla doesn't need help.
No, and she's got the Sunblade.
Yeah, she's gonna pull that thing out. Boom. That fight's gonna go fine.
Yeah. So,
but anyway, I think we should wrap this up.
Yeah, we should. We speculated pretty good. We knew we were gonna do that just because we don't have any more episodes till February.
Until first week of February, I believe.
That's too long. There were some animes that you were watching like right before we moved out that looked really interesting, and I never wrote down the names, and I never know.
Cough, jobless, cough, jobless, cough.
No, I understand. I will get back to jobless here shortly. But then, did you watch the Suicide Squad, Isekai, or whatever the hell it's called?
I tried. I couldn't get into it.